Hello and welcome to the Remedy Fibers podcast, a podcast about knitting and crochet hosted by me, Jillian. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Happy Halloween! When this video drops, it will be November 1st, but hope that you are celebrating fun, having all the candy, all the celebration. I'm not really big into Halloween, but for this year, I did buy some cute little Halloween earrings and a little skull clip, skeleton hand clip. But for today, I have some works in progress. I have some updates, just a quick check-in before I head out to my birthday celebration. But if you're new here, I live in Northern California with my husband and dog Benny. I love everything yarn related and I hope you stay for my yarn journey. Just a quick update from last week's episode. Thank you everyone who entered into our giveaway. Both of our winners, Jennifer and Vita, both got back to me. So I am going to be shipping out their packages probably next week, just because I'm going to be a little bit busy this week with travel. I will be celebrating my birthday in San Francisco, so I'm so excited. I need to probably make an itinerary and a plan and map out which yarn stores I'll be going to, and also probably what projects I want to keep in mind when I'm shopping. But for this week, it was just a quick check-in because right now I have finally done my gauge swatch for the Lovenote sweater by Tincanknits, and this one was a bit challenging. The pattern is very simple to understand, very easy to read. There's no German short rows, just make ones. However, I misread the pattern. So the pattern asks for a US 7 and I used it. I did 2 gauge swatches. I wasn't meeting gauge. I blocked it, still nothing. And I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna use the 7 to cast on and maybe size up to account for such a little gauge. And right when I was gonna do that, I realized it says to cast on with the larger needle, which is a size 10, and I finally, after I wet blocked it, met gauge. Yay! But I was like, what am I doing wrong? And this is a really big difference. This is a big drapey, loose type of swatch. This is very tight, and I really didn't want to size down. So I'm glad the US 10 worked. And I am using Chelsea yarn mohair as well as just a random gray fiber that I got from my local yarn shop. So let me show you how it's working up so far. Of course, I am in the middle of a row as always. This is how my sweater is looking. It is so crazy, so fun. And I would say the lace portion of this was easy to understand, but just some advice is to do it slowly. I was kind of speeding through the process, and it's easy to lose where the stitches are, especially for yarn overs. My recommendation is, if you do choose to knit this one day, every time there is a repeat within the lace chart, to put stitch markers. If there's a 13 stitch repeat or a 12 stitch repeat, in my case, I put stitch markers for every part so that I don't mess up my lace, or if I see that something's going wrong, I can quickly catch it, because there's supposed to be, let's say, 10 stitches or 12 stitches in every repeat. If I have 11 stitches, if I have 10, I'm just gonna secretly add one in there, or I know something went wrong. So it was a little bit tricky, but I think that with the mohair, it hides up any mistakes that could possibly be in there. I thought I might rip back because I did catch a mistake, but I said, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna see that, and I'm not gonna be so critical of myself. So I've already done the lace portion. I'm on the increases, working up to the raglan part so that I can separate for sleeves. But this is working up really fast. You do a provisional cast on, and surprisingly, I've never done a provisional cast on. I thought the provisional cast on was the tubular cast on, and I was about to rip this out only to see that the stitches were still live, so don't do that. Eventually I'll have to pick up the stitches to work on the neckline. I want to do that because I feel like with these provisional cast ons, it looks unfinished and weird, but this is the only US 10 needle that I have that's not wood. So I'm gonna just work the body, finish that up, and then eventually work my way up to the neckline. But it's so pretty. It's a little more neutral, or a little more drab. I don't know if there's a good word for that, but it's not as pop. I thought the mohair would make it pop, but I think with the gray it kind of tones it down. So I was looking for something that's going to be a neutral and the mohair to spice and brighten it up. But for this one, it's kind of like muting it. It's a little bit muted, but that's okay. This reminds me of a rainy day, a gloomy day, you know, when it's raining and then there's a rainbow in the rain. That kind of what this reminds me of. I don't know if the color's picking up, but I'm hoping you can see how the neon mohair is coming out with the gray. But let me know what you think about this sweater. It's so fun. It's working up really fast. I think I've only had 2 or 3 days of work on this and I'm already almost to sleeve separation. So the weather is starting to change. It's chilly, it's gloomy, it's cold in the mornings, and I went to go find some fall outfits and I want a oversized sweater dress. I tried looking on Etsy, Pinterest, Ravelry, and although they do have some sweater dresses, they weren't really oversized or those cozy ones. I'll try to find some inspiration photos of what I was looking for. I did find 4 that might make the fit that I wanted to share with you today. If you have any pattern recommendations for oversized knit or crochet sweaters, drop them down below because I really want something that I can make more so than just buying it online. So the first sweater that we have today that I said, okay, this might make the cut, is a knit pattern by Elisha Costa, and this is called La Pine. This was released October of 2022. It's worsted, size inclusive, which includes extra small and 5XL, and it's a top down with positive ease. So because I have more curves, more weight in the bottom area, I do need something that's gonna stretch. I don't want something that's fitted. I want something that has positive ease, that has that nice drape, and I thought this one might make the cut, so I added it to a bundle on Ravelry that I'll include down below just in case you want to check out some of these patterns for yourself. The next pattern is a crocheted pattern called the Oversized Pocket Sweater Dress by Marina Louli. This was released in March of 2022. It's also worsted, size inclusive, sizes ranges from extra small all the way to 5XL. And I thought this was a cute one. It's crochet. It also might make the cut. I want something that's about knee length, a little slouchy, a little oversized, and perfect for the office, for that fall chilly weather. And I thought that having a crochet piece might be a little bit faster compared to knit just because I am a faster crocheter. Next up is another crochet pattern. This one is called the Geneva Sweater Dress by Keira Carnavale, and this was released November of 2021, also worsted. And because these are worsted, I'm really hoping for something that can knit or crochet up really fast because I'm trying to wear it this fall season. It's already getting cold, so I need it now. This is worsted, size inclusive, ranges from extra small to 5XL, and in the description of this pattern it says very stretchy, accommodating for larger booties and curves. Yes, that's what we need. I don't want anything that's gonna cinch me in, body fitting, none of that. I want it to be really cozy, comfy, and I'm thinking in a darker color, but we'll see what is in store for me. The last pattern is one of those overarching, maybe one day type of patterns, very out there in my comfort zone, and I've never heard of it. Actually, I heard about it from Our Knits and Pearls, but this is the first time that I saw it on Ravelry as a dress. And this is a knit pattern called Cloudbow by Reed Keys. This was released in the spring issue of Pom Pom Quarterly, in the spring 2022 issue, and this dress, gorgeous, gorgeous. Never have I seen anything like this before. It's speaking to my inner child. I feel like if I was to knit this would be my princess moment. So this was released in February of 2022. It is lace weight, but it's large needles, so I think it would work up pretty fast. The sizes range from size 1 to 10, and the bust circumference is 32 to 68 inches. So I think that if I was to make it, I would want to make it exactly to the pattern, whatever this photo, beautiful photo is. It just looks so luxurious, so flowy, so princess-like, and I'm here for that. So let me know in the comments which of these 4 sweater dresses you would think of casting on, and if you know of more that are cute, aesthetically pleasing, a little bit oversized, especially a good turtleneck, that's what I'm looking for. Drop them in the comments below. I saw some sweater dresses that were fitted. Not for me. I saw a lot with stripes, and I just don't think that's flattering, especially if you are more curvy. I'm not here for the stripes. And I saw a lot of like slouchy ones, but it didn't look aesthetically pleasing. It looked more frumpy looking. I don't know if that's rude, but I did not like those patterns, so I'm not gonna mention them today. But as for life updates, let me show you what came in the mail. I got my crown, you know, for my birthday on Friday, and I'm not gonna take it out, but I got my birthday sash. It says 30 and fabulous. And I was looking up things about turning 30 years old, and it was like, I'm just gonna start to age. The wrinkles is coming. So, oh my god, you know what? We gotta step up the skincare. But yeah, if you got some skincare recommendations, also drop them down below, because I need to be putting my sunblock on. I need to be doing all them things. But I'm excited, I'm nervous, but it's going to be a great new start, a new age range. I hope that in my 30s I will be a homeowner. I hope that I will continue to love knitting and crochet, a more prolific spinner, and maybe I will have sheep babies, goat babies in my future. I definitely want that. Even if it's a lot of work, I really want to have some type of animals, lots of animals in my future. But that's all that I have for this week. It was just a really quick check-in. I'll be knitting vigorously on my Lovenote. I don't have any projects to test on in the near future, so I hope that when I go visit the San Francisco yarn shops, I'll be picking up some yarn for some new cast-ons to show you. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Let me know if you like any of these sweaters that I mentioned. But I hope that you and your family are happy, healthy, and safe, and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.